Maverick 100.9, Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss, joined by my good friend, Darrin Morris. He's back, baby. What's up, Darrin?
It's good to be back. Thank you so much.
I'm always happy to have you. And we always joke, I think you are the most interviewed artist on Maverick because you never stop.
I'll take it. I don't have time to stop. I just don't, keep going.
Can you bottle that energy and mail me some? That would be sick.
Yeah, it's a journey, man. I tell you, it's a nonstop kind of, how this system, how this business works. It's if you're not pushing forward, you're going backwards. So you got to just keep going,
100%. But launched forward, you have gone. You and I both have noticed that there has been a lot of buzz around your new single. And so it's called I Can Drink in This Bar, which totally sounds like a great honky-tonk Darrin Morris song to me. Do I just know you better than everybody else? What do you think this buzz is actually about?
Man, this song is honestly like every day I'm seriously blown away at the buzz, at the people that are contacting me and wanting to talk about the song and put the song on air and do podcasts and radio interviews, and the song is just flying up the charts. And and we talked off air just a little bit ago about we've had really, really good success in the past with several songs, but nothing like this. And I'm not sure what it really is about this song in particular, other than I haven't really put out many, I guess you would say, drinking kind of songs.
I guess you're right. You've been on the romantic path for a little while, but I love your romantic songs.
Well, and they've done well, and that's kind of what people really know me for, is kind of the love romantic kind of songs. But when I heard this song, a good friend of mine wrote this song, Mr. Jeff Rowe from Nashville, and when he sent me this song, I was like, you know what? I was like, I've never really put out a drinking song, or maybe / breakup or heartbreak kind of song.
Right.
But I was like, not only does that have both of those elements in there, but this is an incredible dance song. Yeah. I mean, the beat and the tempo of this song is perfect for dancing. And so I think just all those three combination right there just has kind of put this song over the top.
It's almost like a refresher, like a reminder, like, hey man, don't you know I honky tonk?
So, we're out there speaking in the damn honky tonk, so
yeah, it's got to be a honky tonk thing to it. But as always, I always love your music. You have literally never let me down. So I'm just stoked to always get new music from you.
Well, I appreciate you very much. You've been very, very kind to me over the years. So.
Well, same to you, sir. So we're going to let everybody have it now and be back with Darrin Morris in just a moment. But for the first time on Maverick, this is I Can Drink in This Bar. Due to copyright, Bryan Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9, as always, you hear Darrin Morris right here on Maverick first. That was the latest I Can Drink in This Bar. We got Darrin Morris on with us, and you've brought the energy back to the music, man. Kind of went totally against the Darrin Morris platform. Do you think you're going to have a bunch of hopeless romantic ladies mad at you now that you didn't put out another sexy tune?
Surprisingly, a lot of the same people that love, like I Will and Dancing in the Rain and all those kind of love songs, they have been like, oh my gosh, this might be my favorite song you've ever put out. And I'm like, what? I'm like, well, hey, I'll take it, So, but those same people, it's weird because I don't know. It's just, I guess, like you said earlier, maybe it's totally different and out of the box for me. So maybe it's just like, oh, we didn't, we felt like you could probably do something like this, but it's just not your character, really, to do a song like this. And so maybe it's like you said, just refreshing to them, something
Yeah.
different.
We were chatting about breakup is definitely not your wheelhouse. And but I kind of wanted to know if the switch over was hard for you, but it doesn't sound like it because when we were talking earlier, you said when you heard the song, you clicked with it immediately. So doing something different almost sounded natural, was it?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I've been married for 1,000 years to the same
Right.
girl,
You guys
but
just celebrated your anniversary, didn't you?
we did have one just about a couple months ago. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so I mean, but I mean, even though we have been married for a long, long time, and we've been married to each other, we're the only one. I've never been married before. I mean, she's
Mhm.
never been before. We were high school sweethearts, all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, though, it doesn't matter who you are and how long you've been in a relationship. At some point in your life, if you're a human, you you went through some kind of breakup at some point. And
Yes.
so everybody can relate to this song, whether you've been married for 100 years or you've been divorced 14 times. I mean, at some point, whether it's junior high, high school, college, divorce, whatever, you've been through a breakup and a heartbreak. And so I think it relates to every single person.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And of course, you're such a relatable guy that maybe that's how you connect more with an audience than a whole lot of other performers. So I think when you're hearing a song, especially if it's one that you didn't write, you
Right.
still know your audience well enough to know, yeah, I can perform this for them.
Right. Right. And a lot of people, whether they're, maybe sometimes some of them are hearing me for the first time, but a lot of the people that come to see our shows, depending where we are, they've seen us before. They know my story, they know my background, they know my music. But they're still like, he's not only talking about like him, like every, a lot of people tell me like, hey, a lot of songwriters in particular say, I write about my life and my stories and what I've been through, and I do that same thing. But I also write on. I try to write and find songs on the bigger spectrum outside of me,
Mhm.
so that I can relate to the audience because everybody's story is different,
It
and
is.
but there are common ground and there are common things that we all go through, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And well, I'm so excited for this release and I can't wait to see where it goes. But what else you got on the docket? I know you had one of the busiest summers you and the Darrin Morris band have ever had. Are you kind of wrapping that up now or is it going to continue through the fall?
No, I literally have, as of right now, I literally have a handful of dates still available for the rest of the year. That's it. Like literally 5 or 6 dates that we're working on booking, and we'll be completely booked until January. So it's not slowing down at all. So
How's that feel?
it's awesome, and it can be exhausting at the same time.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's a blessing because I mean, the last thing you want is to, and especially with the momentum of this song, you want to keep that going. And so the only way to keep that going is to be out there on the road and doing shows. So we're blessed and we're up for it. It's just, it gets yes, it gets tiring sometimes, but you just do it. That's what we do. So.
That is. I'm right along with you. Like I said, we need to call a scientist, try to figure out how to clone Darrin Morris's energy because I need a huge dose of it right now. But Darrin, as always, we love you here at Maverick. So we're so happy to hear about it. I hope everybody follows you. And I do kind of want to touch on that live performance aspect again. Follow his tour dates. Go
Please
see
do.
him live because he and the band are just out of this world. Got some TCMA nominations, which now we're up in the air. We don't know until November,
Oh,
and that sucks.
same for you too. Like, yeah, come on.
And as always, we'll update you after the TCMAs to see if Darrin gets sent to an empty table and I get sent to one that's overcrowded, and we end up, because we're going on 4 years now of having to sit with each other at the TCMA.
That's right. It's a good thing we like each other, huh?
Right? Ew, that would be horrible if we had some sort of vendetta. God.
We'd destroy that place if we were at odds against each other. Oh.
We need to come up with some sort of, like, I don't know, some sort of skit.
Fake some kind of fighter and like just
you
rock.
know, you and I could never be mean to each other, even
Oh, it would be like
acting.
guys are totally faking it. Like,
Right. They would call us out in 2 seconds. Well,
absolutely. They'll sit down and shut up.
before we head to the show, I do want to wish you luck. I know last year was a huge year for you, and I was so proud of you, and I'm always proud of you, my friend. So thank you for coming and spreading the good news here on Maverick. We can't wait to add the new song, I Can Drink in This Bar, but if everybody needs it sooner, then we can get it on Maverick. Go get it. I ain't judging.
Please do. And thank you so much. You've always, like I said, you've always been very, very good to us and just a great friend. And so I appreciate it.